My name is Violet, but you can call me Vi. I live in New York with my mom and my non-identical twin sister, Rose. My mom used to be a famous supermodel before she had us. Growing up, Mom fulfilled all my wishes. I just had to name it and I would get that thing. But for some reason, she was always a bit mean to Rose. Even friends at school teased Rose about being adopted, because every time there was an event at school, Mom would be there for my performances and then leave before it was Rose's turn. Once, I decided to ask Mom if she didn't like Rose because she was adopted. But Mom went berserk. Where did you get that stupid idea? No one is adopted, and I like Rose just fine. It's just that you're my favorite, and I know one day you'll make it big in the modeling world. Yeah, I sure did. I was only 6 when I did my first advertisement, and nailed it. After every successful campaign, Mom would spoil me rotten. Like, when I was in the 5th grade, Mom took me shopping for Christmas, and there I saw the most amazing pink-colored hoverboard. But just as I reached for it, another girl grabbed it. Oh my God, how dare she? It's okay, Mom, I'll get something else. But before I knew it, Mom was running after that girl and saying she'd buy her anything in the store in exchange for that pink hoverboard. Everyone was watching Mom buying that girl everything she pointed her finger at. And in the end, she gave me the pink hoverboard. Mom was a bit crazy. Afterwards, we left the store happy, but a guard came running after us as we were about to get in the car. You left her. She's with you, right? OMG! We both were so busy shopping that we forgot Rose was with us. Yes, she is. Where were you hiding, silly girl? Come on, get in the car. But what about my gift? Just get in the car, Rose. I'm getting late for my shoot. I always felt bad for Rose when Mom ignored her. So growing up, I always shared my gifts with her and gave her half of my stuff. Once in the 7th grade, Mom bought me a beautiful red jacket. While I was trying it on and looking at myself in the mirror, I saw Rose watching me. I knew she liked it, so I gave it to her. You sure, Vi? Come on, Rose. Yes, I'm sure. But the moment Rose wore it, Mom walked into the room. Look, Mom, doesn't it look great on Rose? I bought this for Vi. Why are you wearing it? But Mom, I gave it to her. It doesn't even fit her properly. You can't even button it up. Oh, she's just like her dad. She even looks like him. What did she even mean by that? Seeing the hurt look on Rose's face, I hugged her. But to my surprise, she pushed me away roughly. You did it on purpose. You knew Mom would get angry. What? No, I didn't. She was so angry at me. She ran to her room and slammed the door shut. Later, when I walked past her room, I was shocked to see what Rose had thrown on the floor. It was the jacket I gave her, cut up into tiny little pieces. After that day, Rose started to hate me. I gave her cut up into tiny little pieces. After that day, Rose started to hate me and ignored me everywhere, even at school. When we were in the 10th grade, there was a new guy at our school, and we instantly became friends during recess one day. Brad was an amazing skater, and he taught me how to skate every day after school. He was also a cute guy, and I kinda had a crush on him. One day, I was practicing with him and fell from my board. Though Brad patched up my knee, at home, Mom went crazy seeing my leg. What have you done? Do I need to get your legs insured now? This is gonna leave an ugly scar. Geez, Vi, you have a shoe commercial coming up, and you will go there with this ugly wound on your knee? It's not such a big deal. Please, just chill out for once, Mom. Mom insisted I stay at home for a few days, but I refused. I didn't want to be cooped up at home with her talking about modeling and ads all day long. The next day, I needed some books, and when I entered the library, I was stunned to see Rose and Brad sitting together. But what they did next shook me. Brad leaned in and kissed Rose on her cheek, and she blushed. What in the world? When the two saw me, Rose smiled at me sweetly, and Brad looked excited. Hey, Vi, glad you're here. I've been wanting to introduce you to my girlfriend. This is Rose. Girlfriend? And Rose, this is Vi. She's my best friend. OMG. I just couldn't bear the smug smile on Rose's face, so I ran out of the school, crying angry tears. When I reached home, I wanted to confront Mom. It was her fault that Rose hated me and was now taking it all out on me. But before I could enter Mom's room, I heard her yelling at someone over the phone. Yeah, I know she isn't my daughter. Thanks for the reminder. It's not like you can prove anything, so just buzz off. What? No way! That's why Mom treated Rose so badly, because she was not her daughter. I couldn't remain angry at Rose after knowing this, and I just decided to let the whole Brad thing go. But a few days later, I came home one evening and saw Brad sitting in our lounge, and he was shocked to see me. You live here, Vi? Vi, your boyfriend sure is funny. Of course she lives here. Darling, I saw him at the door with some flowers, and I just knew that he was here for you. No, Mom. Brad is here for me. I know Vi's been drooling over him, but he chose me. Mom suddenly turned to Brad. Are you crazy? Why would you choose Rose over Vi? Vi likes you, so go out with her. And with that, she snatched the flowers from him and gave them to me. Mom, what are you doing? But before she could even reply, Rose pounced at me and knocked me to the ground, pulling my hair. I hate you! You ruin everything! What did I do? Get off me, you psycho! Just then, we saw Brad fleeing out the open door. Oh my God, he saw all this! He saw what an awful family I have! He left because of you guys! Then we saw Brad fleeing out the open door. Oh my God, he saw all this! He saw what an awful family I have! He left because of you guys! The next few days, Rose stopped eating at the table and would always be locked up in her room. Though I was angry at her for overreacting, I was even angrier at Mom. She'd been a jerk that day. One day, Mom came home and told me she'd entered my name in some really big pageant that would be amazing for my modeling career. But lately, I'd been enjoying skating, and modeling just seemed something that was being forced on me. Mom, no. I don't want to. I'm done with modeling, etc. I want to be a skater. Suddenly, Mom started yelling at me for the first time in my life. You're done? How dare you, you ungrateful brat! You'll be grounded if you don't participate in this pageant. Oh yeah? Then ground me. I won't participate, and I won't do any ads or photo shoots from now on, because I want to focus on being a professional skater. And then, just as suddenly, her tone changed completely. Oh, Vi, my love, you know, I made so many calls, asked a lot of people to get you in this pageant. If you back out now, hun, it will be so embarrassing for me. Can you do this one for me, for your mom? Though I hated it, I agreed because of all the guilt tripping Mom had started. But this was the last time. At school, I was glad to see Rose and Brad had made up. But one afternoon, as I was headed home, I spotted them parting ways. And a minute later, a car stopped in front of Rose. She first looked around as if to see if she was being watched. And when she was sure, she got into the car. Huh? What was she getting herself into? I was so worried for my sister that I decided to follow her on my skateboard. A while later, the car stopped near a park, and Rose got out with a lady and went inside. I can't prove it now, but soon I will. Don't worry. Perhaps this will help. Rose then got up and hugged the woman, and after a while they both left. What was going on? Back at home, I decided I needed some answers right away, so I barged into her room. What are you doing? How dare you come here? Cut it out, Rose. I saw where you went today. Who was that woman? She looked shocked for a second, but quickly recovered. She was a fashion designer. Look, see all these designs? I was pitching my work to her. Come, sit. I'll show you everything. I knew she was lying, but decided to play it cool for now. I sat with my sister and looked at all of her designs. They were so good. Rose told me how she'd always wanted to be a model. She was so much like Mom. If only Mom would take the time to see. It was at that moment I decided to give Rose the break she needed. Are you sure? Do you really think it would work? Will it make you happy to be there? It would be a dream. Then let's get started. Rose and I spent the entire night finishing the dress she was working on, and when it was done, it looked amazing. The next day, it was the beauty pageant, and when we reached the venue, I set my plan into motion. It looked amazing. The next day, it was the beauty pageant, and when we reached the venue, I set my plan into motion. One by one, all the contestants were being called on stage, and when the announcer called my name, I saw Mom rise to her feet and clap. But when Rose appeared instead of me in her beautiful dress, Mom's jaw dropped open in shock. Rose was slaying the catwalk, and she won every round until she was standing in the final 3. And when the announcer said that Rose was the winner, I burst into tears. But her victory didn't sit well with the other contestants. Why? She isn't even Violet. I know her because we go to the same school. Her name is Rose, and she's Violet's sister. This is so unfair. After the management found out, we were both banned from competing in any beauty pageants for 5 years. And Mom just lost it. She came on stage and started shouting at me. "You little brat! I made you who you are and you embarrassed me like this! I made your career and you gave it away to her! Now look at what she did!" "Mom, why can't you see that it's Rose who wants this, not me?" "Oh, you skateboarding punk! I've done so much for you, but you've just wasted all my hard work!" Right when she gripped my arm, someone slapped her hand. "Don't you dare touch my daughter." "Wait, what?" "I'm here, and I have the cops with me, and you're gonna pay for stealing my daughter." Suddenly, the cops came in, but Mom grabbed me tight. "Don't listen to her, she's lying." "Lying? Well, here's the DNA proof that shows Violet is my daughter. Can someone please tell me what on earth is going on here?" Rose then explained that since she always thought she was adopted, she did some research and found out that the day we were born, a baby was stolen from the same hospital. The news article had a picture of the woman whose baby was taken away, so Rose contacted her. But it turns out Rose wasn't the stolen one. I was. Yes, and when I reached out to this horrible woman, she said I didn't have any proof. But Rose got me some of your hair for a DNA test, and now I can prove that you're mine, love. But why would you do that? Because I gave birth to an ugly brat, and I wanted a daughter who could be an amazing model like me one day. You were beautiful even as a baby, but you've turned out to be so stupid. You're a crazy, horrible human being. You just used me and mistreated Rose our entire lives. You don't deserve to be anyone's mom. The cops then took her away, and as I